Whether you're stranded in the wilderness, down behind enemy lines, caught in a natural disaster, or just out for a weekend camping trip with your family, a good survival knife can tip the scales in your favor and turn a potential disaster into a memorable adventure. Welcome to Ultimate Survival Tips. I'm David. Today we're going to take another look at one of the most popular survival knives in recent history, the Gerber LMF II. We'll also compare some of the features of the LMF II with other great knives like the Gerber Prodigy, the SOG Seal, and the Gerber LHR, to name a few. Along the way, we'll lash this knife to a pole, making it into a very capable spear, and I'll also bash through a car window just for fun. I'll show you a cool way to extend the usefulness of this knife by adding an emergency whistle, micro LED flashlight, and fire steel. And before we're all done, we'll talk about who this knife is for and who should consider a different knife. As usual, we've got a lot of ground to cover, so let's get started. Gerber Legendary Blades has been designing innovative knives since the 1930s and is based in Portland, Oregon, where they also manufacture many of their knives, including the LMF II. The Gerber LMF II is marketed as three different models: the LMF II Infantry, the LMF II Survival, and the LMF II ASIC. But truth be told, all versions of the LMF II knife are exactly the same knife. The only differences in the various models and SKUs are the knife handle and sheath colors, and the accessories that ship with each model. The LMF II Infantry is available with a black, brown, or green handle and matching sheath. LMF II Survival is only available with a brown handle and sheath, and comes with a safety knife strap cutter and sheath. LMF II ASIC is available with a green handle and sheath, with a matching safety knife strap cutter and sheath. The Gerber LMF II has a very wide blade that is 3/16 of an inch thick, 4.8 inches long. The overall length of the LMF II from tip to butt is 10.59 inches, and it weighs 11.67 ounces, and it weighs a hefty 24.28 ounces with the sheath. Although this knife may be a little bit much for casual everyday carry in a non-survival situation, you'll be really glad you have this beefy knife if disaster or emergency ever strikes. Let's take a look at the size and shape of the LMF II next to several other survival and tactical knives. So from left to right we have the SOG Seal Pup, the Gerber Prodigy, the Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife, the Gerber LMF II, the SOG Force, the Gerber Silver Trident, the SOG Seal Team Elite, and the Gerber LHR. The Gerber LMF II has a drop point blade. Drop point blades have a convex curve from the blade spine to the blade point. Drop point blades tend to be very strong across the entire length of the knife, including the point, which makes this knife an excellent tool for just about any cutting, slicing, or bushcraft task. The LMF II also has a large flat surface area on its spine for mallet-assisted bushcraft. The blade is made out of 420 HC stainless steel, which is a good all-around steel that is very resistant to rust and is extremely tough, making it a good tool for chopping, slicing, hammering, prying, and digging. The steel is wear-resistant and very good, but not great, at retaining an edge with heavy use. Fortunately, Gerber integrated a sharpener into the sheath to help you stay on top of keeping this knife sharp. The blade is coated in black oxide for a low visual signature and additional corrosion resistance. The blade goes from fine edge to serrated edge towards the handle. I get a lot of comments in my reviews from people who just don't like serrated blades, mostly because they find them hard to sharpen when dull. Regardless, most survival and many combat and tactical knives today are designed with the inclusion of a serrated edge because, in a pinch, a serrated edge is likely to be sharp long after the fine edge of the knife is quite dull. Plus, a serrated edge will cut things like rope, vines, and branches and much more faster than a straight edge. So let me calm all fears and say that sharpening the serrated edge of your LMF II is actually pretty easy with the right tool. You need a diamond sharpening rod like the one found on the Smith's Pocket Pal or the Grylls knife sharpener. Usually a few strokes with this sharpener is all it takes to restore a banged up serrated edge to full cutting power. Now let's talk about the handle. LMF II handle is fashioned using glass-filled nylon with a TPV overmold grip. I was instantly impressed by how good the LMF felt in my hand. The handle is wider than most and a bit on the flat side. This low-profile design increases the amount of grip surface that is in contact with your palm and makes it easy to securely lash the knife to a stick. The handle is very grippy and has a rubberized feel, unlike the SOG knives that have a harder composite handle. The handle channels water well and remains very grippy even when wet. Toward the butt end of the handle, the grip curves out nearly a ½ inch to cushion pounding and prevent slippage. The butt end flare also makes chopping with the LMF II easy because you can comfortably wrap your thumb and forefinger around the bottom of the handle to make a natural chopping motion to cut small trees and shape wood. Lashing the knife to a pole is made easy due to the 3 holes in the handle, so I decided to use my Gerber LMF II to make a spear. I cut a small tree, lashed the knife to my pole using paracord, and tested it by throwing it at a few trees. The stainless steel butt cap is designed to break, crush, and hammer. So, I decided to test out how this knife would do busting a car window. That was pretty effective. As you can see, I was surprised at how easily the LMF II got rid of the window. LMF II is a unique 3/4 tang construction. The knife was originally designed as an aircrew survival knife. So one requirement of this knife's design was to insulate the handle to prevent aircrew from being shocked if they intentionally or accidentally cut through live wires while freeing themselves from their aircraft. Gerber developed a tough nylon substrate injection molding that locks both the blade and butt cup together while electrically insulating the butt cup from the blade. This knife has proven to be a durable performer for several years now and has been well tested by troops in the field, which should settle the argument as to whether the LMF II is a tough survival knife or not. Gerber also stands behind the craftsmanship of the LMF II with a lifetime warranty. The color-coordinated sheath is made of ballistic nylon with a fire-retardant coating. LMF II is firmly held in the sheath using a friction lock system. The sheath is designed for left or right-hand carry. The low-profile handle is held tight against the sheath with 2 straps that secure with snaps. The sheath has an integrated V-type sharpener that is accessible by releasing a few sheath straps and is handy for keeping your blade sharp in the field. The LMF II ships with 2 comfortable leg straps to enable thigh or calf carry. The leg straps are about 1.5 inches thick and include a section of elastic to keep the sheath tight against the leg. The straps are also rubberized on the inside to prevent slippage. The sheath is also designed for belt carry and is MOLLE compatible. LMF II Survival and the ASIC model ship with a high-quality safety knife strap cutter that comes in a nice MOLLE compatible sheath. The strap cutter makes safe and quick work of cutting straps and belts. Owner reviews for this knife are well over 4 out of 5 stars. Owners of this knife seem to run the gamut from first-time knife owners to active military. Comments often center around the quality, craftsmanship, and durability of this knife. Many say this is the best knife they've ever owned and love the versatile, thick, strong blade. The majority of owners also seem to comment on how nice the knife feels in their hand. Negative comments usually center around the dislike that some have for serrated blades. And some feel it's a bit heavy for carrying all day, but understand that the weight of the LMF is a trade-off for a survival knife of this caliber. So what's the cost of the LMF II survival knife? The best pricing that I've found for the LMF II online is around $70 for the LMF II Infantry and Survival. ASIC will cost a little more and is usually only available to military or tactical personnel. For your convenience, I'll provide links to the LMF II and other survival knives and gear that I've mentioned today in the video description below. So who's this knife for? The LMF II is a great knife for camping, hunting, hiking, backpacking, backcountry adventures, military operations, disaster preparedness, and for anyone who wants a troop-tested, proven knife that is designed for the widest variety of emergency and survival scenarios. If you want a tactical and survival knife made of slightly better edge-holding steel, and you don't mind investing over $100 for a knife, check out my links and reviews to the Gerber Silver Trident, LHR, SOG Force, or SOG Seal. If you want a very capable, versatile, and less expensive survival knife for camping, hiking, and general preparedness, check out the Gerber Grylls Ultimate Survival Knife. The Gerber Prodigy is also a great knife to consider. Both have design features that were borrowed from the LMF II ASIC. Now, as I promised, if you want to extend the versatility of your LMF II knife as a survival tool, here's a simple way to make it more versatile by adding an emergency whistle, a micro LED flashlight, and fire steel. The LMF II sheath is designed with several holes on its perimeter that are sized just right for inserting lanyards or paracord. So here I'm using the Grylls emergency whistle and micro torch that easily lash to the two top holes of the sheath. The Gerber Grylls fire steel rod happens to perfectly fit in the groove cutout for the LMF II sharpener. All three of these are then easily secured to the front of the sheath using this Velcro strap. With or without these items, the Gerber LMF II is an amazing survival knife that is designed for the widest range of potential survival situations and makes a great go-to knife for anyone who wants to be prepared just in case. So we've just taken a detailed look at the Gerber LMF II survival knife. For your convenience, I've included links to all the gear I've mentioned in the video description below. This is David. I hope this review has been helpful to you and has brought you a step closer to discovering the gear you need to be prepared for any future survival situation that may come your way. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, check out ultimatesurvivaltips.com, and view our other gear review videos and survival tips. And I hope to see you on the other side.